Hello and welcome to ET MSME Talks, the conversation series under ET MSME Awards. Now, globally, there is a widespread acceptance of remote working, and that's led to a change in the way businesses communicate, leveraging unified communications and collaboration solutions. For instance, meeting or video collaboration tools. Now, this adoption has fueled the global unified communication and collaboration market. According to a Fortune Business Insights report, this market is projected to grow from nearly $54 billion in 2022 to over $131 billion by 2029. And today, I have with me a set of people to deliberate on unlocking the benefits of unified communications for MSMEs in a digital-first era. I'm very pleased to welcome Anand Bala, Business Leader, Mass Market, India and SAARC for Zoom. Anand, welcome.
Thank you, Meloni, and thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.
I have with me Uttam Singhal, MD, US Transworld Logistics Limited. Mr. Singhal, great to see you again.
Hi, Meloni. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you very much for being here. And finally, I have with me Jhumki Pandey Roy. She's the Director of Business Operations and Customer Success, the Global Associates. Jhumki, very nice to have you here with us.
Very nice to be a part of this panel discussion. Thank you for having me. Good to meet you, Meloni.
Good to meet you too, Jhumki. All right, Anand, my first question is to you. Software-based communication has been a key enabler of business continuity, and this has been a driver for companies such as yours. So when it comes to unified communication services, what exactly are customers looking for, and what are the models that they are opting for?
Good question, Meloni. If I were to answer that very crisply, I think adoption, particularly in India and the MSME segment, is one of the key deciding factors when they make a choice, right? Is their collaboration platform something that is easy to adopt? What I mean by that is, does it work on any device? Can it work in areas which have poor bandwidth, for example? And is it just plain and simple, easy to use? And to illustrate that, let me try and illustrate that with the UPI example, right? Almost everybody here, I'm sure, has done a transaction via GPay or Beam or PhonePe, at least more than once a day over the last 5 days, right? Why do we do it? It's secure and it's easy to use. And it's very, very easy to scale adoption very fast. And I think those two criteria are very similar for collaboration as well. Easy to use, secure. Those are the two, I think, which MSMEs look at when they are making a choice. What was the second question, Meloni, that you had there?
The second question was, what are the models that they are opting for?
I think they're looking for a solution that is easy to use across their ecosystem. And what do I mean by that? Workers are going remote. Your employees are remote. Right? Your customers have gone remote. You may choose to be back in an office, but your customers need not be in an office, right? Your supply chain will be located globally. So what solution can I have that allows me to maintain a mission critical collaboration solution and allows me to stay connected with this entire ecosystem? And let's be honest, 15 years ago, 10 years ago, if a collaboration system went down, nobody would be pressing the panic button. They'll say, let's look at it after the long weekend. Today, it doesn't work that way. If collaboration goes down, everybody is pressing the panic button and saying, can I get it up again? Right. So I think the reliability of that platform is also critical there. Back to you, Meloni.
Right. So basically, you're saying easy to use, reliable, and of course, secure. Uttam, to you next. You're an SMB. Tell us about your approach to unified communication and the journey of digital transformation to help your business. What were the main pain points, and what were the learnings for you?
Meloni, the unified communication, we had very optimistic and positive approach about unified communication because UC is the future. As my panelists say, the UC is the future. In future, after 10 to 15 years, if we need to get the work done and we need to expand globally, we need to follow the UC. And as far as my company is concerned, sorry, my group company have one company is Transport Wingscale Private Limited. It is a digital transformation from the domestic transportation into digital world. Like we are the one or few of the one that we started the digital LR and digital communication that convert and reduce the communication gap between normal email systems, normal communications, and normal things. You can easily track unified communication and collaboration. Both are required, even for MSME, because MSME don't have the capex, more feeder capex. They need to OPEX because OPEX is easily manageable for MSME, not capex. And the unified communication is we may in our communications. In our firms, we manage unified communication in two ways: internal and external. Internal, it is for my team, my colleagues, my shareholders, my investors, my customers. Sorry, and for externally for the customer. For customer segment, it is easily manageable because customer need everything on their tips, on their laptops, their mobile, their messaging system. So without UC, it is not possible. So for my company, my company and my group companies, it is one of the major aspects to enhance our company growth and to convert our traditional company to the digital company and to make this to the global approach.
Right. That's very interesting. Uttam, can you tell me about, what have been your learnings? Did you face any sort of difficulty, when you started the transformation to a digital process, when it came to unified communication?
Yes, we face lots of difficulties because first the adaptabilities, both sides, internal and out external. There are employees and teams which have the easy to use the traditional approach. It is very difficult to convert them to the digital transformation. Secondly, there are some customers. In India, you are well aware, there is no 100% digital and online customer. Only 3% is the online sale in India right now also. If you convert the customer from online to offline to online, it is very difficult. So after I giving all the communications and all things on their message, WhatsApp and live, but they need still a phone call from us, our team, to explain. So it will take time, but definitely without UC, we can't see the future.
Right. All right. This is very interesting, Uttam. Thank you very much, for your response. Jhumki, you've now heard Anand and you heard, Uttam speak about his own experience, especially when it comes to, leveraging UC for customers, also internally, for employees. You work closely with SMBs, and of course, everyone knows that there is, no one size fits all solution. So broadly, from your vantage, what sort of tech, especially when it comes to unified communications, that you think SMBs could focus on, and what are the few things that they could bear in mind as they go on their journey?
So, Miloni, that's a very interesting question. In my opinion, choosing the right system is actually defined by specific needs of an organization, because every organization is unique in its own way. The people, the culture, the objectives give it a unique identity. Therefore, when it comes to opting the right unified communication system, one has to understand the unique needs of the organization first, because as you rightly said, one size fits all approach will keep many important aspects of the organization's communication and collaboration process unchecked. So SMBs should always keep three things in mind when they choose the right unified communication system. The first one would be the ease of adoption. It is extremely difficult at times to change the legacy systems in a company, and unless you can make your employees adopt a certain technology, you will never be able to reap the huge benefits it can offer. Second on my list would be interoperability. We have to look at these sustainable options which can integrate with your content management system and other platforms like your CRM. This definitely has that streamlining effect which unified communications platform promises to give you. Personally, I feel that using a unified system for enterprise-wide communications and collaborations make a huge difference. It enables you to access everything at your fingertips, make your desk clutter-free. And lastly, if you have to think about how you choose a platform for yourself or a technology for yourselves, you have to look at the feature list. Ask yourself, why do I need this platform? Do you want it for team collaboration or providing great customer success? Do you want it to ensure increased productivity of your employees in a hybrid remote working environment, which was forced upon everyone post-pandemic, and lowering your communication costs, of course? These questions will definitely go in a long way in ensuring that you choose the right technology the market can offer you.
All right, Jhumki, thank you for that. Uttam, I want to come back to you. So one of the points that Jhumki mentioned, also one of the points, Uttam, that you were speaking of, is employee adoption. And you also spoke about the difficulty in getting the customer to adapt. I'm very interested to understand, Uttam, how did you manage employee adoption, skilling, etc., to tackle the usability barrier? You gave us an example, but how did you actually put it into action?
For internal adoption, firstly, we need to educate each and every employee and giving training to them. Secondly, because only training does not suffice an adaptation of any new system, which is UP and anything. But with training, we also give the incentive who learn and who giving the result in a unified adaptation of unified communication. We promote it and give some incentive to our team to get and cover this whole new technology. And for this, one of the incidents I will like to share you, that one of my employee is working from last 15 to 20 years in my company, but he is very good in their work, whatever the work they are doing. But when it's come to the computer and then technology, he is shivering that I can't. For that, I tell to each and every MSME, every corporate and everyone that don't put their asset to the garbage for the sake of technology. Associate the younger person and the technical guy to help them and to cope up with their experience and get the best result. I associate one of the young champ with that, and now I am surprisingly find that fellow is now doing everything by themselves.
All right, that's wonderful. I mean, basically, you just put two people together, someone who is comfortable with technology, someone who's not comfortable with technology, and they're helping each other and helping your business. So that's wonderful. Anand, taking off from what Uttam has just shared with us, how are the requirements of small businesses pushing your capabilities when it comes to offerings? Since right now we see there's so much competition in this particular space.
Let me feed off what Jhumki and Dr. Uttam have already said. Customer experience, right?
Yes.
Allowing an SME to focus on innovating on what they're best at, the product, right? What is the solution that they're delivering to the market? How are they alleviating customer pain? We want to be in a situation where our customers focus on that while we focus on what we are good at, which is video and audio. To illustrate, right? For example, we've got companies like Global Associates that are experts in their field in terms of lead gen, managing marketing campaigns for end customers, right? What if we were able to put a video and audio layer on top of that says, hey, why not run an analysis on the conversation itself, right? I'm plugging in 1,000 leads or 600 leads. What's the conversion on these leads? Maybe the leads are good. Maybe we're not asking the right set of open-ended questions. Maybe the leads are ordinary and we're asking some great open-ended questions in a few calls. Let's find a way to replicate that, right? The point I'm trying to make here is, how can we help organizations scale, and how can we help video, audio, and other collaboration tools to scale, right? Collaboration platforms to scale. Example, I'm very excited about bringing email and calendar to the India SMB market. I don't have a date yet. I'm waiting with bated breath for that. But those kind of innovations that we will also bring to say, can I bring everything together under one umbrella? And going back to what Dr. Uttam was also mentioning, right? Can we integrate this with your existing systems? You have a logistics platform. Can I put communication within that? Can I put video, audio within that? I've got a very well-defined sales process. Some of it coming from lead gen, some of it coming from the existing book, some of it coming with maintaining existing relationships and ensuring you don't churn. Can I put audio and video into that to give a customer a better experience? I think innovation around these areas will be what audio and video does. And let's be honest, the India SMB market is phenomenal with innovation, right? You've seen the way they boomed. That $131 billion number that you started with, I mean, that just makes you fall off the chair, right? That's a phenomenal number with the way this market is going to grow. So I think if you look at innovation, SMB market in India is out there, SMEs out there are doing it. And what we are getting better and better at is using technology or unified communication to integrate with your existing applications to create a multiplier. I think we're doing a good job of that in this country.
All right. So, this leads me to the next question. You lead the Zoom mass market business in India and SAARC. How are the demands of businesses here different, or are they different from those in the region? And, as a provider, what is your main focus when it comes to servicing these businesses in India over the next few years? You mentioned you're excited about bringing in 2 offerings. What are the new or enhanced services apart from those that you mentioned that they can expect?
Let me take the first question upfront. Is the market different? The answer is yes and no. Yes, I think customers buy the same way they do around the world in India. Total cost of ownership is a key driver. Is it adding to my revenue? Is there a good business justification to make this decision? How is it helping me drive efficiencies as a country? I think as a company, I think those areas, there is no dispute. We're the same as any other market. Smart customers making smart decisions, right? We're good there. Where we are different is the scale at which we operate, right? If I were to look at the number of orders that Dr. Uttam is possibly processing, I doubt whether there'll be companies in the same space in some other countries that process that volume of orders, right? So I think the differentiator for us in India is scale and the scale at which some of our customers operate. And if companies like Zoom, and we've done a very good job of it, we'll continue to do that, we want to scale at the same pace, right? And that brings me to the next question as to what are we going to do differently in terms of features, right? We are very, very, very excited about bringing the entire platform to India, right? Mail and calendar is one of them, recently announced at Zoomtopia. I think SMBs will benefit with not having to get locked in on those products, but say integrated into one collaboration solution. I think a product that is least spoken about, and I'll take the blame for that, my sales guys probably don't do a good enough job, is our chat functionality, right? Amazing to see chat, video, presence, email, calendar, all in one frame. And Zoom Events was something that we launched recently. We know how critical the marketing budget is going to be over the next few years. We know that people will be bootstrapping a lot in that space. While real events and in-person interactions will continue, nothing changes there. The cost benefit that a virtual world provides cannot be denied, right? So you will have virtual events, you will have virtual meetings, decisions that can be taken fast will happen over collaboration tools, and events as well will go hybrid. Many of my customers in the last 4 months have started adopting webinars. I'm very, very happy and excited to see that adoption growing. And I feel Zoom events, many of these customers will also migrate to Zoom events. So let me try and illustrate this with an example. If you have one very large annual customer event where you bring in all your customers, why wouldn't you want to triple or quadruple the number of customers who could make it into that event by just taking it virtual as well? To say, I can increase my reach dramatically. I think those are the areas where innovation will continue to happen. Sales IQ, another product that I'm very excited about, is available in India. The analytics that can be done on it. In a nutshell, we have a track record of innovating features. We bring out hundreds of features a year on our product stack. That's going to continue to happen. Small anecdote around this. I was informed that closed captioning was available in Hindi by a customer. right? In a customer conversation, the customer tells me, Anand, I've got my adoption rates up because now I just enable Hindi closed captioning, and conversations that are happening in English, they are being live translated in Hindi. And it's once he told me, I realized that was also available in Tamil. So the speed at which we are able to innovate and deliver features, and I think all collaboration players are going to continue to do that as well. But that's going to drive that innovation. Back to you, Melanie.
All right. So innovation is the key. And you also spoke about, the cost advantage that collaboration tools can bring on. Jhumki, to get you in, SMEs, I mean, they realize the benefits of digitization. But, how do you sort of help them get past the budget and the usability barriers, speaking from your vantage?
Okay. Melanie, that's something which we asked ourselves when we were digitizing and automating quite a lot of the question. I mean, a lot of the processes which we have in place. Okay, as Anand mentioned, we use unified communications for lead generation and data-driven marketing for our clients by using something which we call a 360 degrees communications approach. For us, unified communications drive our business. And was it a difficult journey? Yes, it was. We pride ourselves at being a technology-oriented company. We were earlier driven by technology, and we are still driven by technology. And frankly, we still see room for automating more of our processes. Is the path to digitization difficult? Yes, it is. But one needs to look beyond the barriers of budget, especially. In mid to long run, technology would just help you lower your costs, not increase them. That is something which we have realized the hard way, or rather too much to our fortune. Okay, digitization is an exciting trend, and digital transformation and deciding to invest in technology has not only made our work easier, but also added more value to our customers and services which we provide to them. As a company, we have seen more than 40% increase in our team's productivity by automating a lot of our processes and investing in unified communications. And digitization will enable operational excellency, and this is something which most SMBs need to realize. As far as the usability barriers are concerned, Uttam mentioned there are multiple ways to help your team adopt technology, like finding internal champions, extensive training, and just providing a culture which embraces technology, not fears it. Okay, I mean, we heard the earlier example where an employee was kind of afraid of using computers. So yes, we need to embrace technology. My advice is that use the technology to your advantage. It would help you stay competitive and set up business standards, and of course, grow.
All right. Jhumki, what are the sort of, when it comes to unified communication, what is the sort of model that you guys are opting for, as a business? If you could sort of speak to us about that. And are you adopting a single tools, or, are you adopting tools from various providers? What's your journey?
So as a company, as I said, we use unified communications to drive our business. Okay, we use multiple channels and multiple tools to communicate with our clients or other prospects on behalf of our clients. Okay, so we use a chat tool. In fact, not just one, multiple chat tools which we use on landing pages. We also use email marketing platforms for automating the email marketing, doing drip campaigns, etc. Okay, we use tools for soft tools which have integrated in our CRM to make calls to our prospects, and a lot of things at the same time happening so that we can increase the outreach for our clients and get them connected with their ideal prospects. Okay, so yes, the tools are separate, and we use almost every kind of communications, from chatting to phone calls to connecting with people over social media using various tools, etc. And yes, we use different tools, not just one tool, but yes, it would be great to have something which can be integrated into a one device or a one thing.
Right. So multiple service providers as well, Jhumki?
Yes, it is right.
All right. Okay.
As Dr. Anand, Mr. Anand is there, that there is some tools we need to announce, that Zoom is announcing email automating and email calendars and everything. It is very good, but If you want to spread this all MSME and SME is adopted all the things, you need to reduce the OPEX, because there are some models in the market. They are basically also take the capex and OPEX. If you reduce the capex to the hardly 1 or 2% and increase the OPEX on regular basis, then every SME is want to join this UC and UCC. But if you increase both capex and OPEX, then it's not possible, because if you think in the long term, OPEX variable cost is also is the main revenue for every supplier of UC. Like WhatsApp, if you are using it, is free right now, free for everyone. But if you are using with some collaboration with the technology-based company, then you will get the good result for automated updates and everything.
Talking about capital expenditure and operating expenses. And, what's your response to the point, Dr. Uttam Singhal?
He's spot on. He is spot on there, right? Where MSMEs say, if I have economic headwinds, I want to reduce OPEX and I want to reduce CAPEX, right? Let me try and respond more specifically from a unified communication standpoint. I want to be in a scenario where I can pay as I go, right? I want to be in a scenario where when I plug my universal communication and unified communication application platform in, I want it to just switch on and work. I don't want to have 5 tech guys outsourced or on my payroll to manage this platform for me, right? I want a platform to just kick in and start working, pay as I go. Hey, today I know I'm going into an environment where I'm going to have 60, 70, 80 customers come on to multiple meetings, calls, whatever. I want to pay for that. I don't want to sit and stock inventory on the shelf and buy licenses upfront for 5 years, etc. Right? You want to have a pay-as-you-go model. Second, let me try and illustrate this again. Another example: software development kits, right? Where I've already got an investment in multiple applications. Now I want to integrate into my applications, right? I've got, let's say, a platform that I'm using for manufacturing, and I want my customers to be able to raise a ticket when there's a problem. Depending on the severity, I want to automatically route this to a specific person. I want automation around that. And then at some stage, there may be an agent who will pick this up and say, hey, look, I need a video call. Can you focus a camera on this particular product you're talking about? Right? Or can I set up rooms in such a way that somebody can fire up a meeting very quickly? Can I, for example, put up a kiosk at a bank where somebody can walk in, press a button, get onto a call with an agent, as opposed to clogging up a teller with regular questions around how do I do this A, B, C, or D to an account, right? How can I use communication to reduce my OPEX, to reduce my my CAPEX? And also, does this communication platform also allow me to do that? And I think he's bang on there in terms of your solution in unified communication has to be able to address both of these. And again, everything we've been, all points are coming back to this: ease of use and adoption. Can an 80-year-old to an 8-year-old use that platform with the same degree of ease without us having to do a 4-day training program on, hey, this is how you start a meeting, right? I think that's critical.
Right. That I think is moot. This is my last question now to all of you. Jhumki, if you'd like to start, what's the sort of framework you see emerging in terms of policy and opportunity, for your business as India, 5G gets operationalized, and BharatNet are rolled out?
So frankly, with the new policy framework and everything, I think it is definitely going to be a huge benefit for small and mid businesses. Okay, for one, they are going to see reduced costs. Okay, people will automatically reduce costs for auto conferencing, IT infrastructure and administration, etc., with unified communications in place. Okay, at the same time, as I mentioned earlier, you would end up providing great customer service, provide faster turnaround times on projects, and provide a faster resolution to customer issues, etc. Okay.
All right. Dr. Uttam, are you looking forward to BharatNet and 5G? And, what kind of opportunities do you see for your business?
It is a great opportunity. 5G and every communication, it need to be fast and instant. And I am the technology lover. I like every technology to be adopted and upgraded, because technology is only one tool where you can connect globally. Without technology, you can't connect globally. If someone is having the network of 100 people, 200 people, they can't able to connect global. Right now, I am also the appointed Indian Consul for Business Chamber of Asia and Gulf countries in October itself. And we are discussing about how we communicate with the peoples to grow the business. So unified communication and collaboration is one of the main point of discussion in that meeting, that how we spread our knowledge, information and products and supplies and leads to convert to the business. So if you say 5G, I'm hoping for 6G after 5 to 6 years. So however you adopt the technology and increase your connectivity with your customer, and I must say, apart from customer, your team, your employees, comfortable and convenient zone is very much effective and very much required for your business. Every SME required their team should be adopted each and every communication tool, and they give their space to work whatever, wherever they want, but must connected round of clock. It's not about the working hour traditional 9 to 5, 10 to 7. It's not about that. You will connected all the time, all the ways, and give your productivity, increase your productivity. That's my take.
All right. We can see your zeal and really ambition. And I think the ambition of all Indian MSMEs to grow and to scale. Anand, the final word is with you. What sort of framework do you see emerging in terms of policy? And what's the opportunity for a company such as yours, as BharatNet and 5G are rolled out?
I'm very, very excited about this. Bring it on, 5G. It's going to do three things: accelerate, 1, 2, accelerate, and 3, accelerate. Anything is going to get accelerated. Let me try and put context there. 1, it'll accelerate go-to-market for SMEs. Whether it be an SME who's working in the India-US or India-Europe corridor, selling SaaS solutions, or whether it's an SME selling to the India market, you will get better, quicker, faster access to the market, right? 2, accelerate in terms of throwing sunlight and solving real world problems, right? Already we see that many high courts already have live streaming of court cases and hearings, and key hearings. You can log on to YouTube and you can watch a hearing going on live, right? That's throwing a lot of light on things that the general public is interested in. You will see a lot of these real world problems, whether it be telemedicine, issues related to government citizen interface. A lot of these areas will start seeing more and more video, right? The last is, it's going to be video first in 5G, and there is going to be an explosion, and that's an understatement, in video when 5G comes around. And that explosion is going to lead to more innovation, with companies saying, okay, again, integrate video, make it easy for customers to access us, make it easy for supply chains to access us, and find new markets. So I think it's a virtuous cycle that this is going to trigger dramatically.
All right. With that, we are at the end of our discussion. Thank you all very much for joining us. A lot of it was a positive note to end on, especially the rollout of 5G and BharatNet, which means a lot for businesses in India. It also means a lot of integration, new tools, ability to collaborate, and unified communication will be at the center of it all. Thank you very much, Anand Bala, Jhumki Pandey, Sinha Roy, and of course, Dr. Uttam Singhal, for joining me today.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Maloney.
Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure.